Thank you, Steve, and good day from Australia. And welcome to the 21st century enlightenment. We live in amazing times where digital innovation is fostering mass minds through hyper-connectedness, hyper-transparency, and hyper-agility, especially in business. We've got an amazing lineup today. I think we're going to be enlightened and inspired. We have an amazing agenda and amazing speakers, and I hope you join me in welcoming. First one is Rejean Bourgault. Sorry, my French is not very good. But the topic that is going to be discussed by Rejean is the future technology megatrends in the next 50 years. He's a futurist, as I would like to put it. And Rejean, his background is that he's a vice president of Avaya and has been working in the high-tech sector for the past 23 years in network infrastructure, wireless and enterprise networks. During his career, Rejean has held several positions including international assignments in Hong Kong and Paris. Strong leadership, passion, energy, vision and recognizability to execute are characteristics that have marked Rejean's successful 23-year career in Avaya. An active spokesperson in the telecommunications industry, Rejean is passionate about the future of technologies and its impact on our lives. He is a member of the World Future Society. Rejean is a graduate of Sherbrooke University with a bachelor's degree in electronic engineering. He is married with 3 children from the cyber generation. And he is fully bilingual in English and French and is a passionate cross-country push bike rider. So join me in welcoming Rejean to the podium.
Good morning. How are you today? You feel good? This is not good enough. I need it. You feel good? Yeah. All right. We had an amazing day today, and thank you very much for the university to have me today in Million Act of Innovation. And I welcome you to join the website of Lincoln with that group. I love doing this presentation, and I love the topic. Innovation. This is exactly what I love to talk about. I did this presentation so far for about 15,000 people in different different venues, and this facility is amazing. It's very, very good. So I look forward for the next 45 minutes together. Look at this presentation really like a movie. There's absolutely no word really on my charts. It's only pictures. So immerse yourself in the future. For sure, some of you, after about 20 minutes of the presentation, will start crossing arms. And I know why. It's not necessarily because you're not interested. It's because now your brain is starting to dive into the future and start to say, I like this, I don't like this. In the past, I used to do this presentation, and about 30 minutes in, I was doing 2-3 charts on the dark side of the future. I've been told, stop doing this. Let us decide what we like and what we don't like in the future, and keep the momentum high. So that's what we're going to do for 45 minutes. Are you okay with me? All right? So what do you see? You see an eye? I see a passport. A finger, an electronic wallet. Hands, a remote control for your TV. Open the TV, close the TV. Channel up, channel down. Very popular in consumer electronics show. Since December 2012, you can now buy TV like from Samsung or LG that are basically responding to your gesture. Your kids playing with their whatever Xbox and so on, different technology, they can talk to their console with their hands. In the future, this is coming very, very prominent. Your voice, your mouth will play a key role in the future. So what do you see there? It's about the size of your fridge. Basically, what you see there is 5 meg of memory in 1956. This USB key here, this is the capacity in the USB key, the size of 14 football fields. The reason I present this, and you'll see my entire presentation is look forward in the future. I have only 2-3 slides that looks in the back. But this is to show you the miniaturization. Think 50 years from now, what we're going to see. This is a Cray 2 computer, 1985. This is the iPad 2 computer, same thing, same processing power. Look at the price difference between the two. 17.5 million and 700 bucks. So picture yourself again 30 years from now, where the technology is going from miniaturization and price. So I was having a great time with Steve Wozniak in November in Toronto and in Montreal in February, and we spent 24 hours together with different customers. And one of the keynote I had to give was think different. So where are we going to go for the next about 10 minutes? I want you to start thinking differently about different aspects of the life. So this is a brain helicopter. Basically, at the Consumer Electronics Show in 2013, January, this guy now controls the helicopter with his brain. There's a reason there's a cage around it, because sometimes you lose control of your brain, and the helicopter wants to go everywhere. But what is amazing is it used crowdsourcing to get it on Kickstarter. But think about it. This guy only needs $10,000. He got $75,000, and he had 434 backers. I was telling the story last night at the dinner. I thought Kickstarter, until yesterday in the plane, that these guys were like sub $100,000. In Fortune magazine this month, there's a guy there who raised $2.4 million on Kickstarter. So this is things we didn't have 10 years from now. So some of you are in the age of student or entrepreneur. This is new stuff that helps you for your innovation. Devin Carroll, how many of you know the story of this kid? Not too many, right. This guy's 7 years old, all of a sudden, go to the doctor, they tell him, sorry kids, you really have something special about you. You cannot go outside anymore. If you are in contact in classroom or in the public area, if you can be contaminated with the air and you're stuck. So his mom stuck the kid at home, that's the only place he can be. He wanted to continue to go to school. So thanks to video technology now, this camera is now following him everywhere in the classroom. So it's easy to put the camera in the classroom. What's the beauty here is now the kid is following his classmate when they move from class to class and so on. So you feel that he's part of the community. 1 billion. A $1,000 PC in 45 years from now will be 1 billion more powerful. Think about the consequences. 45 years from now. You will have a data center at home. 14 billion. That's the number of light bulbs we have on the society right now. Worldwide, that's the number of light bulbs we have. All these light bulbs are now changing to LED. What's the big difference between the two? If you have a light bulb and you do on and off, non-stop, it will blow, right? If you do an LED on and off very, very fast, this is exactly what the laser do. Optical network, this is what we're doing. So one of the technology that is coming, it's called Wi-Fi. Not Wi-Fi, Li-Fi. And there's a consortium there, you can Google it, you can be a member of the program and so on. And basically from the light, you can picture yourself, you're in a classroom like that, and the LED, you don't see them, but they're flashing and they're downloading HD movie on your iPad right now, or on the airplane, for example. So how many of you know this technology, this light bulb? How many of you have this light bulb at home? 1, 2, 3, this is great. So, last time I presented, I'll tell the story after. So, picture yourself, you are the CEO of Philips. You're going to see 10 engineers in a room and say, you guys, I want you to change the light bulb industry. We used to sell light bulb for $1 for decades. I want you guys to find a way to sell the light bulb tomorrow at 60 bucks. Put on a whiteboard every single technology there is in the market right now, social media, whatever you want, and try to find something that you can get together. And this is what they created. They created the U. The U has 16 million colors per light bulb. There's a Wi-Fi chips inside of each light bulb. When you have it in your house, you can have up to 50 on a small controller. The LED costs 60 bucks each, and you can really control every single light bulb in your house with an iPad. You can take a picture of a sunset outside on your iPad And you basically put all the light bulbs to the different colors you like in the sunset, and have your living room like a romance living room, for example. I had a customer who told me a month ago, he said, I can't believe you cost me more than $1,000, because after I followed your presentation, I purchased 19 of those in my basement. So this is great technology, and what I like about it is the breakthrough of thinking, from $1 to $60. 2013, as you know, we're 7 billion on the planet. In 2050, we're going to be roughly, we're going to be roughly 7 billion on the planet, and the population 9.3 billion in 2050. Right now on the planet, there's 800 million cars. In 2050, we will have 4 billion cars on this planet. Amazing challenge for the industry. So you've seen this in Expo 1967 in Montreal. This is not used anymore too much, more like a museum. So what we're going to do in the future, you're going to start seeing vertical farming. This picture is more like pictures, but right now there's one built in Sweden, there's one built in China, and basically the beauty of it is you put the farm right in the city. So picture you have a vertical farm like that in Toronto. You have conveyors going underground like Disney World, processing carrots, potatoes, and feeding all the different restaurants and groceries right by inside. This is where the future is going. No need for transportation. You get the light, you get the sun, around the building, you get water drip from the ceiling, and so on. When I go to a beach, I'm not sure if I'm like you, but I hate algae. I like to go to the beach, but there's no algae. But right now, I love algae. This company, Parabel in Florida, there's many of those, but this one I know in particular, what they are doing is amazing. They built this type of pool. This is 12 acres in Florida, right? So it's like a pool about 2 feet, and they harvest algae 5 to 7 times a day. So there's a big scraper, we don't see it, 5-7 times a day. They just go around the pool and they take just the top, and they make a powder of it, and 65% is transformed from algae and protein to feed animals in farms, and 35% in biofuel. The biofuel from the algae is $20 less the petrol barrel right now. Think about it, from algae. They just sold their patent to China. They fight for 2.5 years to the US government to be allowed to sell their patent to China. They just accepted. They sell they're going to build the first plant, 1,200 acres. And now, if it works, they're going to go to 12,000 acres right after. They already have the land for doing it. The next phase is what we call allophytes. I'm part of World Future Society, and 2 years ago in Boston, one of the big highlights of the show there was the use of algae, but the one that are called allophytes, they are using sea salt water. They are not using regular water. The idea there, you go in the desert, let's go in Arizona, whatever, go right in the desert, you grow algae very fast, and you bring a pipeline of water from the sea. And now all of a sudden, you're very green technology. The Google car, the driverless car. Again, there's an article today about it in the newspaper. There's a lot of pros and cons about it. But think about it. You go on YouTube and look at the videos about 4 minutes about the person who is totally blind, never been able to drive a car itself at all. He's not able to do any grocery. He goes to Tim Hortons, Starbucks, and so on. And all of a sudden, he goes in the Google driverless car and he can do his journey. It's pretty amazing. You will have goosebumps, I guarantee. Well, this motor is amazing. It's about the size of a basketball. That's the only motor that is inside the Tesla car. If you are in Yorkdale shopping mall, if you go there, there's an Apple store, the Microsoft store, and right in the middle, there's the showroom of the Tesla car. This car do 3.8 seconds, 0 to 100 kilometers. But what I like about it is that the car is amazing technology, the battery and so on. But what I like, the breakthrough there, they're totally changing the game of selling cars. It's a showroom. They are open anytime they want. They don't have to get rules about car dealership and so on. And I asked the guy, I said, oh, by the way, the guy there are not, or the girls, are not sales reps. They give you their car, it's called product specialists. It's funny because they're right beside Apple Store, they have the same type of style. And I went to a test drive, I invite you to it, this is very great. By the way, in California, it's on invitation only. You cannot knock on the door and test the car, so it's definitely changing the game. And I asked the guy, what happens if I want to buy the car? And the car dealership, he said, no problem, sir, we have a computer here. You just online order the car right here, we are showroom, and we're going to help you order the car. And in 3 months from now, you'll get your car. I have zero inventory to worry about. This is changing the industry. So the video, where the video is going. Lady Gaga recently, about a year ago, introduced those camera sunglasses. Okay, with LCD screen on it. Add this with the technology called YouTube Live. And picture what's going to happen with the Google glasses. Some of you play hockey, or some of you parents have sons, girls that play hockey. I travel a lot around the world, and the thing that I find most difficult is when my son plays hockey tournament, and I'm in Hong Kong or New York, wherever, and I cannot watch it. Now picture what's going to happen very soon. My wife is in the hockey rink right by our city. She's there watching the game. She's not only watching the game, she's really, with her glasses, with the video camera on it, watching my son. She watched the play, she watched him when he go back to the bench, the coach talking to him and so on, the interaction with the kids. She's totally immersive on my son, right? Picture this now, she has a Wi-Fi enabling area, where basically this Wi-Fi, and straight to YouTube Live. So she sits down there, she put the glasses, turn her iPhone, whatever devices on, and all of a sudden she's streaming live to me in New York, the hockey game. Some people are making jokes, say, yeah, you know what, go ahead. At the other there, she may watch the man just beside you and making jokes, but that's another story. But this is where it's going, right? Well, we're going to talk about, not me, but some people are going to talk about virtual reality, augmented reality. Think about the consequence of augmented reality if I have an LCD screen with a camera and my contact lenses. This is coming, right? So picture this. When you go in an event, let's say you go in an event, there's 100 people, and you don't know anyone, and one of your friends says, come with me, it's a cocktail event, it's going to be fun, I'll be there at 5:30. You're out there at 5:30, there's 100 people there, and your friends are there. You don't know nobody. Well, if you have those contact lenses, I hope the speaker will work. If you have contact lenses like that, you can wear them. All of a sudden, as I walk like that, my LCD screen is searching every social network. So right now, I'm looking at facial recognition in real time on Facebook, LinkedIn, and so on, and I'm trying to find someone that I can rely to. Right? So I'm just walking the cocktail, and all of a sudden, I see James here. I say, hey, James, how are you? Nice to meet you. Hey, by the way, James, I was in Arizona 2 weeks ago. I was playing golf. He likes playing golf. And all of a sudden, it's, wait, me too, I like playing golf. And all of a sudden, we have instant love, instant connection between people. So this is where it's going. Guarantee this is coming. So we're going to talk about collaboration, and collaboration with everything. Human to human, human to machine, machine to machine. Big time. If you are in student right now, you want to go in a sector that is booming, is machine-to-machine communication, software development to do the interface end-to-end. Big time. So these cards, are pretty dull today. In the future, they become your friends. You're going to go in a car and basically go in a 3-hour drive, and they are your friends. You're going to talk to your car. You will have intelligent browser. You're going to start thinking about your next weekend. I want to ski. Which mountain I should go? Which hotel and so on. And you're just going to talk to your car like really internet browsing. But in the future, these cars will talk to each other. Basically, we have two technology that is really booming right now in all the car industry. You know, BMW, Audi, GM, Audi, and so on. It's called car-to-car or car-to-infrastructure. Basically, car talking to each other. Where there's an ambulance coming back right now on the highway. Look at all the cars. All the cars going like that. Now on your dashboard, your car will receive the instruction to go right or left, and the ambulance will just pass. Car to infrastructure is basically your car negotiating, collaborating with the traffic light. Why at midnight you're waiting 2 minutes at the traffic light when there's nobody? All of a sudden your car will negotiate with the infrastructure and say, I want to pass. Well, this is pretty cool technology. I just wanted to have fun with it. This one is, we think about Wi-Fi and sensors. And one of my friends went for a little conference a few months ago, and he said, I was there for an M2M conference, and I said, what did you find the words for the crazy Wi-Fi type sensors? He said, well, this company is doing a Wi-Fi plant sensor for indoor and outdoor. And you basically put a sensor in your plant, and it controls the quantity of water you have in your plant. And you have it on your iPad or iPhone. Some people say, this is way too much information, I'm going to go crazy with all the plants in my house, where each plant will now start talking, I need water, I need water, I need water. But that's just cool. And this is more even cooler, is this university called Rejean University in New Jersey. What they've done is they have done a platform, an exoskeleton, and basically this lamp now tracks the sun on Wi-Fi sensors. So the planet all of a sudden says, hey, I need sun, I need sun. And then the planet starts moving, going up to the sun, and so on. So think about it in the office space, one day you're going to say, oh, wait a minute, the planet coming. We all rush into the sun. So I thought it was really cool to show it for a conference on innovation. In education, there's so many new technology. You are in it. I don't want to tell you too much thing, but I'm sure you heard about the Khan Academy. And what's amazing, I cannot keep up updates, so I'm sure it's more than 200 million lessons so far, and more than 3,000 videos. But what Khan Academy is doing is amazing in the US especially. And now what the teachers are doing in some academy, the teacher that's on a 4-month period will say, you know what, I'm not going to do 100% teaching. I'm going to do 70% normal teaching, and 30% of the module will be done in Khan Academy. So picture a class of 30 students. The teacher will make, with the matrix, put the 30 students in the Academy software, the 30 modules, and she will have a dashboard of the entire class. And she will see the progression of every student. Let's say after week 5, everybody should be in module 12. She's going to be able to see that so-and-so are now module 20, of course, our superstar, and I have 2 persons that are module 2. Those 2 are really serious issues. I have 2 things I can do. I can slow down my top 2 and ask them to help the people who are behind, or as a teacher, I can just help those 2 kids, and the rest of the module is going. So it's an amazing thing. People don't know the Khan Academy, you can do everything there. Elementary class, each video is like 5 minutes to 10, 15 minutes. You can have GMAT, chemistry, and so on. It's all unbelievable, the type of range of technology that this guy is covering. The book will totally change, right? So, just go back with this. My daughter, about 2 years ago, was in high school, you call it high school 8 here. And basically, she came back the first week of the semester, of the year, sorry. And she said, Dad, I have this very, very easy class homework to do. So what's that? So here's my English book. I need to say 2, 3 things I like about this book, and 2, 3 things I don't like about it. Show me the book, and I look at it like if I was in the past. And I look at the book and say, wow, this book is great, it's amazing, it's all the color, there's skateboarders going in the ramp and with bubbles. And I said, I'm sorry, Laurence, I don't know anything wrong about that book. So she was disappointed. She said, Dad, what am I going to do? I said, I don't know, just put anything you think. And the next day, I'm in the car, and I have a song that when I hear in the radio, I just go back to Future Smoke. I said, geez, this book is so dull, it's so not good, it's not fun at all. And I just think about it, that all the book in the future will be totally multimedia, totally interactive book. You will talk to your book will respond to you, will give you scores about the accent you're doing on your book. You have YouTube type interface inside of the book and so on. And there's a lot of digital books are starting. There was a company, I forget the name, that reproduced about 1,400 page, big book in medicine in the US. It's all interactive book now. You turn the page basically and you have your heart, the heart is moving. Before that book was just normal pages. So you'll see a lot of digital content in the future. Well, this is a robot in Korea, and basically this robot is an English teacher. In Korea and in Japan right now, they have a serious challenge, and there's multiple proliferation of robots teaching English. This robot has 800 expressions and can be angry. So that's pretty interesting. So, are you ready to live until 100 years? That's a key question. That changed a lot of the thinking we're going to have. Like, are you going to retire at 60, 65? Can you really retire at 65 and have 35 years? If you look at it, if you retire at 65 and you're going to live 100 years, you're at school from 0 to 25, basically, and then you work from 25 to 65, 40 years, and you're off from 65 to 100. That's a lot of years out of the market getting money, or your parents getting money. So Jeanne Calment lived, this is the oldest woman in history right now, 121 years old. And why we're living there, there's multiple technology that bring us there. The pacemaker, I saw a woman the other day, a friend of mine, on the street, we're walking, she looked at me, but I've not seen her for a year. She said, look, I have to show you something, I have to show you my pacemaker. She said, I almost died. They discovered that I was going to die if I didn't have this pacemaker. So just see the reaction of these people. Different technology, I skipped a lot of those, because normally this lecture, this keynote works at almost an hour. But hip replacement, knee replacement, bionic arms, it's coming, and bionic ears. And because we have my friend from Australia, I decided yesterday to update something. Last week on June 8th in Australia, they released the first bionic ear, bionic eyes. And basically what you see there is a bionic wireless type device. Inside of the brain, they put a chip that has Wi-Fi type capability and basically recognize some of the image from the glasses and goes straight to a wireless device and hooks the glasses. So think about it, blind person all of a sudden have hope to see. This is what I love about technology, about breakthrough where it can change and live the life of people. So this is straight from Australia, by the way. So that's another technology that really helps the future of someone's society. The Kindle. I was in the airplane the other day from Las Vegas to Montreal, and there was a couple of 75 years old next to me. Each of them had their Kindle. They were so fascinated. I spoke with the man for 3 hours on future of technology, and I said, why do you like this device? The lady looked at me and said, she was up there at the end, so she was just listening to the conversation between the man and me. She said, because of the font. I can increase the font, the size I want. Right? And then it's, oh, how many books I can put up? Almost 3,000 books. But think about it, just the fun, just a stupid technology, but all of a sudden, it would be very good for aging people. So where the future is going? ADN, DNA research, absolutely. It took 13 years to decode the DNA. 13 years, it cost $3 billion. Today, we're doing it in fractions of the cost, right? In a few $1,000s, you can get a full DNA sequence right now. So stem cell research, absolutely big in the future. This will change the life of many people. And Barack Obama in the USA in March 2009 basically opened stem cell research. Bush was stopping it. Okay? So here's a real story. So some of my employees at Avaya know that I love technology, so they feed me and the rest of the world, and people like you, after session, they have me on LinkedIn and they start sending me where the technology is going. One of my employees, an engineer, said, hey, I have to tell you a story. My dad is 72 years old. He's going to get a vertical bypass Thursday next week. And the doctor came to him and said, you know what, sir? We have a protocol at the university right now where we're doing stem cell injection right to the heart for people that are 60 years old and less. But he said, you look in good shape, and you're 72, we would like to do it to you. So I was pretty fascinated. I didn't know that. Think about it. This was in 2010, and Barack Obama just released the authorization, so this is pretty fast. You can imagine there was a lot of research done in secret and in labs. But basically that night I went to Google and I saw the exact surgery, and it's pretty amazing. Basically during the same day, they take stem cell from your body and they're injecting 11 times in your heart, straight in the heart. You hit the heart and they're injecting your stem cell. And basically, the goal there is to regenerate tissue and organs. So that's pretty interesting. So we're going to see a bunch of new banks coming to the industry right now. The biobank in the UK. There's over $500,000 in UK bank. They got it in record time. So they went to UK and say, we need donors. We need saliva, we need urine, and we need blood. And this, you have a vault, they are minus 70 degrees, totally controlled by robots. And every doctor can access this vault, and the robot will get sample of DNA, let's say 1,000 samples, and they will make DNA research on it. If you get a baby in Canada, you know that. If you have grandchildren or children, now at the hospital, they offer them the live bank to save basically the umbilical cord. In the US, they call Live Bank USA, they save the entire placenta. Right? So this is the goal in the future. If your kid is sick, you can go back, extract the stem cells directly from the placenta or the live bank. What you're going to see too is with DNA research now, the people are very, very rich. They will not necessarily just give their money to charity for fun or to charity that they don't know. At Google, Sergey Brin basically find out through DNA sample of himself that he has the chance to get Parkinson's. So now his money is going to Parkinson's. What you're going to start to see a lot is what I call personal wearable view monitor, basically sensor on human. This will change totally the healthcare industry. Today we're talking about BI, business intelligence. In the future, we're going to talk about HI, and healthcare intelligence, basically a network of intelligence on human. And basically the human are controlled by a network, if you want. So the way it works is basically, this is already existing in Japan, and there's many, many companies right now developing many, many different sensors. This one really works in Japan. You put an elderly people, Wi-Fi enabled device, track the metabolism of a human, blood pressure, you can check the heart, and so on, their heartbeat, and so on, and basically hook wirelessly to iPhone, hook to the wireless network, and to an hospital. And you can track these people when they are at home or in the street. There was a joke 2 years ago at Gartner conference where they say, picture yourself, you're a Sunday afternoon, you're walking with your family on the street, let's say in Toronto downtown, and all of a sudden there's an ambulance just comes straight to you, open the door, and take you right into the ambulance and say, hey, you're going to heart attack in 30 seconds. So this is coming, basically. And if you want to have fun, at the Garden conference, I was talking at the sushi bar with a lady from Andy, and I was talking about the car, the future, and so on. I was talking about all these sensors. And she said, we don't do it at Andy, but check Ford. And Ford, just check the title. Ford in-car health and wellness solution. And basically, in the dashboard, you can track a baby that is sitting in the back seat, or even yourself. You can look if you need the insulin and so on, for example. So let's say you have a 12-hour drive. You don't need to wake up the kids every hour to do some testing and so on. You can basically have it on the dashboard and follow what's happening to your son or your child. Robots absolutely coming. Some of you might not know, but it's already happening in most of the healthcare institutes across Canada. Those robots, basically, they're selling over $1 million, and you're doing surgery on humans. How many parents here have kids of 30 years old and less? So who said that it's not good to play video games to your kids? Because one day, if I have this robot making a surgery on me, I bet you I'm going to go to the surgeon, I'm going to ask him his credential in video game. Is he good in video game? Because he's controlling the robots there. One thing I like about this company, it's one of the fastest growing company in Fortune right now, this company. But basically, what I like is they have 4 arms. Most robots in the industry have only 2 arms. This one has 4 arms. So on the futures view, you've probably heard about this in molecular machine or nanobots, basically. Think about the miniaturization. We talked at the beginning of the presentation. This is going mini robots in your glove. That's really happening, possibly. You talk about organ printing, body printing, computer-aided tissue engineering. Those are the type of word you see in the industry right now popping up. So one thing that's going to transform the big time the healthcare industry. Think about this stem cell injection in the heart. If it works today and we can prove that really it's going to work for humans to be regenerated. Today we're going to hospital in needs. I very rarely see people just going for fun in hospital. or Jimmy. In the future, you're absolutely going to see people going in me and also for maintenance. So you can picture myself, let's say, it's not true, but let's say my dad died at 75 of heart attack. You can see myself at 55, going to the doctor and say, Doc, I'd like to get stem cell injection in my heart. The doc says, wait a minute, you're in top shape, you want no, my dad died of heart attack. I want to prevent this. And in many conferences, people start thinking about, if I can do stem cell injection in the heart, I can do it in multiple organs. I can stop there and thinking. So the Generation Y is coming to the marketplace. We're going to ship here. Big change for a lot of companies. Some companies have a lot of challenge. Some companies are very successful, like my friend here in Australia. But it's very challenging for a lot of enterprise to get Generation Y in the workplace. And what they are looking at is really bring your own device. You want to be able to bring their iPad, their Macintosh, if you like to work on that. They don't want to be told this is the type of technology you need to use. This is very important. All the social networks, you heard about it, and LinkedIn right now, 225 million people, Facebook 1 billion. How many children are on Snapchat? Snapchat. So in Montreal right now, if you have a crowd of 18 years old and ask you have Snapchat, everybody has Snapchat. So basically, this is a new technology where you take a picture and you send it instantly, Instagram. Rating is very popular. Rate my doctor, rate my professor. The other day I was doing a keynote. I got 400 students. It was so funny. The students were from the age of 12 to 16. And they learned 400 and all the director on the site. And I asked, how many of you know doyoulookgood.com? That was 2 years ago. I got the entire room raise their hand. At the same time, every director and professor that went like that. What the heck is this? And all of a sudden, this thing is pretty crazy. I'm not sure if it's that popular today, but basically kids put their picture there, and the society decide the score they give this person. So you can put your picture there, and you look at your score, you're 8.2 on a 10, and you have 1,000 people rating you. You go back next week, and then you have 1,200 people rating you. Well, for adults, it's called Beautiful Pupil. And I don't ask anymore how many people know that site, because every time after one person know it, and they are embarrassed after that. But you should not be embarrassed if you're on that site. The only way to be on beautifulpeople.com, the site, you have to be beautiful, and you have to be recognized by the society as a beautiful person. There's a story 2 years ago at CB. This is true. This is huge. 2 years ago, there's a lady talk at CBC. She said that she tried to get on beautiful people for 50 times. 50 times she was rejected. She tried everything, every manipulation possible from her hair and so on. She was rejected. Now they have a side business. People go there for dollars. If you want to have a beautiful kid, they go there. That's one dark side of the future, but this is happening if you look at it. So video game, we're going to talk a lot about virtual reality later on today, but I just want to show you something that I think it's amazing that a lot of people don't realize. There's a huge universe, parallel universe. Many of you don't know, and it's billions of dollars that is happening in virtual world right now. There's a small game, I could have picked any game. One online game called Duffers. One online game that many of you know or something is, World of Warcraft, or you got the Call of Duty and so on. One I picked today just for fun is Duffers. Duffers is very simple. Every game works the same way. Online, you pay X dollars a month, and you have level 0 avatar, you have to go to a certain level. Duffers is 0 to 200. WoW, World of Warcraft, 0 to 70 or 0 to 80. Very simple. In order to move to another level, you have to beat monster, you have to win things. My two neighbors, age of 12 and 14, in Duffers, to go 0, 112, and 0, 114. It took 12 months, 12 hours per week, for 52 weeks to go to that level. Okay? So what you see there, these little figurines are totally virtual. It's a couple. The man there is 197, and the lady is 192 level. How How much do you think those avatars value on eBay? This is the value on eBay. $2,200. So when you have a son or a kid come to your home and say, you know what, I just bought a new iPhone, a new pair of skis. And you say, oh, you don't have any money to buy this. And you say, well, I just sold my avatar. You just need to understand what they are doing. You will be surprised how many conferences I do like that, and in private, I have people come, the last one was a 45-year-old person. He said, I'm selling all my avatar on cloud between $500 and $1,000 each. So this is really, really accurate. So, you used in 1950, you come to work, you can bring a pencil, a pen, and a ruler. Nobody can say anything, right? After that, you bring a calculator at work. Nobody they don't care. They stop, they said it's cool. You will be surprised, and this is for some of the students here, a reality shock. You will be surprised how many company will block you to use the device you want for a mobile device. I had a web designer person. She worked at one of the largest banks in Canada doing web design. She's 30 years old. She's a top in her industry. She was in the airplane. We were talking about the future, and she said, you know what, I cannot even use this BlackBerry at the office. They blocked me. I said, why? She said, because I'm not the director level. I cannot use a BlackBerry. I said, this is crazy. How do you feel about that? She said, this is insane. We get out of university, we have iPhone, BlackBerry, Android, and so on. We go in the industry, and they say, no, you cannot use this device. So this is, when the industry talks about bringing home devices, a major disconnect between the generation. So this is the type of cube that some student will end up with, and this is what the students basically are looking for. We're looking for full mobility. We have already at home 24-inch screen color monitor. We end up a 19-inch TV almost. No mobility and so on. So this is what we're pitching a lot in the industry. You have to adapt to generation Y. And virtual reality at our company, we're going to talk later on about it. We have virtual world, and every Monday morning from 10 to 11:30 in the morning, we are perfectly immersed virtual reality. This is the type of conference room we are across Canada. I'm sitting at home on Monday morning. I have my gamer headset. My president has his gamer headset. Across Canada, wherever we are, and we're all in virtual world. We have these PowerPoint type deck, and we just basically talk to each other. We have recognition of the sound, where it's coming from, left side, right side, and so on. Distance. If someone speaks in the back, I can see that someone is in the back for some distance. So that's called live engage. There's some tests doing in the university here. So the next generation that's coming in the market right now is the cyber generation. The kids are below 18 years old. We are already pushing on Generation Y. Even the Generation Y start to see that these guys are coming so fast about technology. And you look at my daughter right now, and she basically, at that time, that was 2 years ago, but basically she already have her Macintosh, she already have her iPhone for sure. She's using cloud computing. She doesn't even know. Every time she's doing homework, I say, Camille, be careful, put it on USB key to protect your homework. I'm thinking like this, don't worry, Dad, it's on the cloud. She doesn't say it's on the cloud, but it's on the portal. It's basically at the school. Don't worry. So she's doing cloud computing already. Of course, she's using Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Shazam. When she listens to music at the radio, she just snapped the iPhone, the music right there, and she's using basically gesture-based remote control of the Xbox Kinect. She already has developed her website using Wix for free, and she has on YouTube HD. So this is the type of kids that are coming to the market, coming in your industry. Let's move it over. So on video, for sure, you're using Skype. Like in the past, I used to go to the library, sit down with my buddy, do a math work for 3 hours. They don't do that anymore. She doesn't need to do it. Her friends are all over the place. She will have the video for 3 hours. Sometimes she will not speak for 15 minutes. They're just there, watching, and she's doing the math, and she says, hey, Alice, what do you think about this? And what do you think about this? And then they do the homework and so on. So video for them is totally part of their game. This is the type of technology we're using a lot these days about video, where you can have here up to 28 Augmented square, basically. So let me do a small, one thing I like to do when I do these speeches is I'm a leader in terms of I have employees, and I like to talk about management. This is like an editorial, and I want to talk about the management in terms of what's happening between Generation Y and cyber in management. A leader today, let's say a leader 45 years old and up, if you want to survive and you want to continue to work, if you don't apply this model, you're really, really at risk. In the past, when you were a leader, you were basically the big guy. Like you're 45, you have experience, 20 years in the market, and the people, the director, the manager, some manager are just listening to you. This is passive model. This doesn't work anymore. So right now, it's very, very important. If you are a leader, you are a mentor to the Generation Y in cyber, but you're also finding mentor from the young population. So what I recommend to I talk to many VPs and CIO and CXO. The trick is find in your organization some young people. Like they just graduate, 1 or 2 years, and say, you know what, once a month, once in 2 months, I'd like to have breakfast or lunch with you. We're just going to chat. I just want to be able to understand where the technology is going, how the people interact, and so on. Very often you have a direction of a council, and the people around the table are 50 years old and up, in average. How can you make decision if you don't understand what's coming out from different technology? So you could be there thinking that we're going to do a marketing campaign, we're going to give $100,000 to an agency, and a young kid could say, you know what, for $2,000 over the weekend, I can do it for you. I can find a way to do it much cheaper, much better, and so on. So very important. I'll give you a real example, but I don't have time too much today for that. But I've seen executives came to me. One of them was having 1,000 employees reporting to him. Great character. He's about 55. We go for breakfast together, we talk about future and so on. He say, I just resigned. Why do you resign? He said, I just cannot keep up. I said, what do you mean you cannot keep up? It's impossible. He said, before my boss was 65 years old. So when I had the young people below, they were asking a bunch of things and I would just kind of ignore it. Because when I go up, my boss is 30. He said, now they put me as CIO, he's 45. He's sending me BBM. He's sending me IM. He just purchased me an iPad. And he's constantly around me. And he's asking me things I'm not used to. The way he communicates with me is totally different. I just cannot keep up anymore. So I said it to him, and it was funny. So I said, okay, that's interesting. You're resigning too late. But I said, I'm sure you're going to be able to find a career and so on. I said, just go on LinkedIn. I said, I don't have a LinkedIn. He said, well, I worked 25 years in the same bank. I never worry about my network. I said, what do you mean, Mike? You meet people in the industry? Yeah, but you know, it's more internal. I started there in the industry. I moved up by basically experience and so on. And I was shocked. I was really shocked about that. So be careful about that if you're in leadership position. In 2017, work is no longer set times and place for knowledge workers. So basically, knowledge workers will want to work from everywhere. So don't be afraid of the future of technology. Do you prefer this? Or you prefer this? Right? So what you're going to see is GPS everywhere, every single place. You'll see GPS in shoes for Alzheimer's patient, GPS in camera, GPS in Oakley, Google. You see, and you can see all your friends in the basically in Whistler, so you don't lose your friends. You'll see RFID tag everywhere, I guarantee, and even up to the shampoo bottles in the shopping mall. The retail industry will totally change. Today, when you walk to, let's say you go to Metro, when you walk to Metro today for doing your grocery store, nobody knows you. They don't know that you've been going there since January 25 times. In the future, very, very soon, the technology already exists. You walk into Metro, and when you're on the cash register, basically someone will give you a gift and say, thank you for your 25th visit today. When you walk to Gap store, for example, your daughter will receive an instant message on an iPhone. In the future, will be embedded implant wireless and basically say, thank you very much, Camille, for coming today. We're giving you 25% discount on your jeans. So this is absolutely coming in the retail industry. This box of cereal will totally be animated thanks to think electronics. So basically, the tiger will wave at you, or will wink at you inside of the shopping mall. We will stop them to talk. We'll have legislation that will say cereal boxes are not legal to talk inside of the grocery store. Basically, Toyota will have an orchestra with robots. This is already existing, but picture this in 2030, where you go to a concert and basically you're listening to music and it's the robots playing it. So one key thing to close on this is that what we just saw today is technology is at the center of many, many breakthroughs in the future. Amazing. This will create tremendous opportunity for kids in the Y and cyber generation in health science, engineering, robotics, genomics, DNA, and obviously computer science. I think I pretty much made my case today on this. The industry right now worldwide in IT is 3.7 trillion. Just in Canada, there's 47 billion spent every year in IT. It's a huge, huge industry. I'm just leaving you on this. The future doesn't just happen. People created through their action. And I'm asking the question to you, what will be your contribution to our future? And basically, if you go to my website, you can go to 5DK, and there's a lot of articles. I don't cover the next technology. I don't cover the next iPhone. I don't care about that. I cover only breakthrough technologies, so if you go to 5DK and so on. And I'd like to thank you very much for the very, very fun today.